Hello, everyone, and welcome back. I am not sick. I have a couple updates to do before we get started, but this is going to be the room tour slash everything else tour video. I'm gonna show a couple things that I have outside of this room, a lot of things that I have outside of this room, and then the entirety of this room in this video. So I'm gonna try to keep this as short as possible because there's a lot of stuff to cover. I'm not sick anymore. I recently got a cat. We found him in a box. We've taken him to the vet and we've checked him out and everything. And he is perfectly little healthy for how tiny he is. This is Buki. He is a 4-week-old kitten, and he is very strong and active and already exploring, and the vet said we were doing a great job. But this is my little cat, Buki. So anyway, we're gonna start with the rest of the video now.
Outside of the room, I have a couple things I like a lot. My Fua Korin collection is something that I like a lot because that Sabito was a Lawson exclusive. It took a lot of effort to get a hold of him. I have a couple prize figures, Benimaru, Rengoku, and then I have my Sabigyu Ita bag. This is my boyfriend's Cowboy Bebop record. I think it's really cool. I wish he would display it, but we can't find a stand. This is a Made in Abyss blanket I got from Anime Expo 2019. It was sold exclusively at Anime Expo, so I'm pretty sure that's considered limited. And these are just a couple random towels that I have hung up. Not all of them are hung up. I'll show you the rest later. This is the door to the collection slash game room. The Attack on Titan poster is official, and the Rengoku one I had printed because I couldn't find an official one for sale in the United States. The wall scroll in the hallway is from the anime Another. This is directly to the right as you walk in. If you close the door, you can see the real size Kaoru wall scroll I got at Anime Expo. There is a Made in Abyss limited Anime Expo exclusive for the movie wall scroll, a couple random Demon Slayer ones I got off Amiami, a Psyche one I got for Christmas from my sister, and then that Demon Slayer train one, I'll talk about that more later. We have the beginnings of my first pin board that I was going to keep exclusively for characters that I don't have like large collections of, but I still love. But Sabito and Giyu kind of invaded it. And then above that, we have the Rainy Day limited Ufotable Cafe wall scroll. When COVID started happening, Ufotable Cafe actually let people order online, even though they had to have a Japanese address. I just did it to my friend's house and I ordered a bunch of stuff. At the top of my figure cases, we have a Bakugo Omanju, the mega size one, and a round Rilakuma. We have a Dororo wall scroll and a Fire Force poster. This is a giant plushie pile that has a lot of really important plushies to me in it. My favorites are the pig and Kiroritori. Above that are the floating shelves that hold all of my acrylic stand. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them. From left to right, we have a couple of Toge Inumaki from Jujutsu Kaisen. We have a couple of Sho from Fire Force. We have Gojo and Megumi. And a Rin, he's my favorite Vocaloid. We have Ozymandias and Rei. And then to top it off, we have Hiki, because he's just adorable. Above them, we have a lot of Hanako stands. And Tsukasa, his brother, I have one of him. I have a Kirishima and a Bakugo, and then a Saki and a Yugiri, which are my favorite idols from Zombieland Saga. This is my most prized possession. Sentai Film actually hosted the entire Seiyu cast of Made in Abyss, and I was one of the lucky 15 people out of hundreds of people to get a ticket to be able to meet them and get their autographs. So I got to meet my idol, who is Maria Issei, and she voices Reg and Killua, and I got their autographs. this is my computer. I don't really feel like going over the specs and the gear I have because it's not important. My gaming chair is stained from hair dye over the long periods of times I spent sitting in it. On my desk, I have a wine opener, a tiny anzu, some pecans, and then an amulet that gets rid of negative energy that my friend gave me at work. And this is where my boyfriend's desk currently is. The little glow necklace is something he took from my house the very first day he was ever invited over there, so that's why it's on the wall. And then the prints are prints that I got at Anime Expo, but he really liked, so I let him put them up above his desk. This is the shelf that is typically behind me when I record sitting at my desk. Please, the closet looks like it's a mess, but I promise it's really not that bad. But I'll talk about that more later when we get there. The bottom of every single shelf that I own is a complete wreck. I have no idea what to do with it. I kind of just put everything that I want to display, but I don't know where to display down here. This is the start of a Killua Eat a Bag that I was doing, but his merch is so few and far between, it's very hard. We have a Sailor Moon purse on the shelf above it, and then a couple of prize figures of the boys from Free, but in their younger versions, and then a Merlin Figma, a Rilakkuma plushie, and a Gon in an Angelic Pretty teacup, which is a Lolita fashion brand. On the shelf above that one, I have an autograph by Alex Lee, who does the English voice of Zenitsu. We have my Look Up series figures, a couple of Usagi like organization boxes. I just got them off of Amazon and they hold things that are important to me, and a Mimikyu plushie. Above that, we have a tiny little Ozymandias, a Hello Kitty Cafe mug, a couple of cute, really important things to me. A ring from Angelic Pretty to symbolize like when I used to be a Lolita, and some of my more recent manga collection and my Monster Girl encyclopedias. I have a Gigi lamp, my Switch, my newest addition to my book collection that I did in the last video, a tiny Giyu, a really important bear that my friend gave to me before she moved back to Japan, a Token Rambu art book, and a couple of plushies, including Momo the travel alpaca. She goes everywhere with me and I take pictures of her there. On the shelf above that, we have my Mountain Dew cat that my best friend Oz gave me. I love it. It's very important to me. We have my Anime Expo badge. I don't know what to do with it. And then most of my manga collection. This manga collection is mostly old. I got a lot of this around ages 14 to 16, so I'm pretty sure it hasn't stayed the relevant manga to read. So if somebody's looking at this like, what is that? It's because it's old, but I love it, so I keep it. I have a couple of Blu-rays, box sets. The acrylic stands are fan-made My Hero Academia stands, and then there's a Token Rambu stand on the right side. And then on the top of the shelf is my My Hero Academia prize figure collection. They're all just up there being cute. Earlier, I said we would revisit the closet, but it's only to explain that the only things I keep in here are collection related. We have a clear file display case I need to use, empty Eda bags, and random leftover merch that I haven't put on display yet, my figure boxes, and posters that I had no idea what to do with. Below that is a pile of Demon Slayer towels, and these towels are massive. I didn't want to get the whole stack unwinded because there's like 8 in there. This is a smaller Rengoku one. The ones that are more manga art like are from Jump Shop, and then all of the big like large zigzag printed towels were from Amiami. Just for a size comparison, here's my hand in the corner next to Gyu's face because these towels are bigger than my body. Of course, I haven't quite figured out what to do with this big fella yet. We also have my new Demon Slayer art book and a Berserk Volume 1 of the deluxe edition that we have to get stands for before we can display them. We're gonna ignore what's on the bottom of this shelf, just ignore it. And then I have my ever-growing collection of Nendroid doll items in preparation for the Sabito Nendroid. We're gonna get into my Demon Slayer shelf here, so if you haven't read Demon Slayer, do not watch this part because there are manga spoilers for characters here. So this is how the shelves look overall. We're gonna start on the top, and I know everything is on the top is not Demon Slayer related, but I ran out of room on my non-Demon Slayer shelves, so I have to buy another shelf before I can fix that. We have some Monogatari acrylic stands and an Evangelion edition that has Kaoru on the cover. We have the Artifacts J scale figures of Tanjiro and Zenitsu, and then a Sabito and a Giyu Omanju coin pouch in a case. I don't know why, don't ask me. So the first thing on the top of the first shelf is an art book that was made by Ufotable, and there's actually 3 in this series. I have all 3, and they cover the aspects of how they made the show. So this purple one is the background setting, landscaping, pretty much all of the set designs. It shows sketches, it shows how it was turned into 2D or 3D depending on what they did. There's information about the process into making the show and what they were inspired by. Overall, it's a really interesting little book, and I highly recommend it for anyone who likes to collect things. The second book is a secondary character information book and then secondary outfits. So any alternate outfits that the main character showed up in, or side characters, background characters, every single thing about every design is in this book, including Sabito. I really like the little side notes they have about why and how they designed certain things the way they did and how they adapted certain things the way they did. All of these books were limited and exclusive to I can't remember exactly what event it was. I think it was when they completed the show. There was an event that they had special reservations for these products on. This is the main character book, so anyone who is considered like a main asset character to the series is in this book. It comes with their base designs, how they animated them, how they colored them, how they transferred them, their face layouts, like everything. These books are super, super interesting, and probably one of my favorite things that I own in my Demon Slayer collection. Onto the contents of the shelf. We'll start out with this tiny mascot Hashiro set from Mega House. I have all of them. To the right we have an Inosuke and Zenitsu acrylic stand. This thing is actually a movie ticket holder that I got in a special movie event bundle that I will talk about later. Remember the thing above the door? There's a Nezuko phone stand, a couple editions of the Demon Slayer manga. That canvas bag was also in that train merch bundle I got. There's a tiny Sanemi. This is a makeup brush set that my friend Chai got me because it had Sabito's mask on it, and she was like, anything with Sabito, Pumpkin has to have. On the next shelf, this shelf is actually Rengoku's shelf. Everything here is Rengoku. The Ida bag is all broken at the top because I didn't hot glue his name on there, and I wore that to the movie premiere, and unfortunately I clung to it so hard that I ripped off his name, so it's kind of messed up, but you know, stuff happens. We have a badge at the top and a coaster from Jump Shop. The contents of the bag are there's a couple just random things from Amiami. The only thing super special, like not available to order, is this little Tux version. This is a movie premiere acrylic that was a limited event exclusive. The badges are mostly from Amiami. This badge is a Halloween event that Ufotable Cafe does yearly where they dress up their characters in Halloween versions. I have two of the small Rengoku heads because why not? Why not have two? And then this is, I like the holographic versions of the badges the best, so any badge that I like, I try to get the holo version of. We have a couple limited exclusive movie badges. We have a small badge that was exclusive to a set pre-order from a certain store. We have a tiny Rengoku figure back there that was a gift from one of my old employees where I used to work in management. We have this teacup. It was from Jump Shop. I can't remember if it was a Jump Fest item or just regular Jump Shop, but it has all of his manga faces on it. This is a springtime acrylic stand from Ufotable Cafe. They do, like I said, events yearly based on what time of the year it is, and they dress up their characters in certain outfits. The way that Ufotable Cafe works is you get blind bags. When you go, you have the ability to purchase blind bags and you open them and see which characters you got and you can trade them or, do whatever. Some of them are really hard to come by outside of doing that. So what I typically do is I'll get someone that I know that's over in Japan to go, and me and my friends will place an order for 24 blind bags altogether. So we'll each pay for 3, and then we pick the characters that we want out of the ones we got, and everybody typically gets exactly who they wanted, and we don't have to pay extremely large prices in the aftermarket because all the characters that I like can go from anywhere from $30 to $70 aftermarket. So we save money by doing this. I have a mini Rengoku Dakimakura. I have a not safe for work dojin that my friend Oz gave to me. She hid it in my suitcase because it was hers, and I was like, no, it's yours, you bought it for you. And then when I got home from her house, it was in my suitcase, so I have it now. We have a couple more Rengoku acrylic stands and keychains. Most of them are sets. I had to order the whole set to get the characters that I wanted out of it. We have a Lawson acrylic stand and another Ufotable Cafe stand, which is him eating the sushi rolls. The suit acrylic stand was another movie exclusive. It came in a little package. You got this bracelet that also has Rengoku's face on it, and the mini version that was in the Ita bag, and then there was one other thing that came in this. I can't remember what it was, but it was a limited exclusive set that you had to get by going to a premiere event that was in Japan. We have a couple Jump Shop badges. I forgot to mention this. I recorded this and talked about things, but I hated the way it sounds, so I'm re-recording this. And if there is something that you see that you would like to know, like what it is or where it comes from, that I didn't cover because I just don't go fast enough, everything that is in my collection is on my figure collection under the goods section, and I have it organized by character. And this is where I take the camera back to talk about how Ufotable Cafe works again. I got the pin off of Amiami. The stand was from Ufotable Cafe. We have a couple more regular stands and keychains from Amiami, and then another Ufotable Cafe stand. That was the summer edition where they all had little summer festival stands that they would do. It was really cute. And that is pretty much everything that's on the Rengoku shelf. On the shelf below him, I keep everyone who is a Demon Slayer character that I love here, but not ones that I have like massive collections for, just because that would be obnoxious. So starting on the right here is a tiny acrylic stand set of Hashira, and if anyone's wondering why I don't have any Shinobu, it's because I had a friend who was obsessed with Shinobu, so I actually gave them all of my Shinobus. That's why I don't have any of her. It's not that I hate her. We have a little jump shop Sanemi plush, Inosuke, and then a mini Fuwa of Zenitsu. We have an info book with the cutest Sanemi I have ever seen. And if anyone's wondering, Sanemi is my third favorite Hashira. I do want to collect more of him. I have his Springtime Ufotable Cafe stand. I have his Lawson exclusive stand and his Sleepy Baby figure. We have the set of the Hashira face acrylics from Amiami. And then this is the main reason why I ordered the movie set. So Ufotable did this thing where when the movie was releasing, you could order a movie bundle. And that's what all of that other stuff came with. But the only reason I did it was for this big diorama stand that has them walking in front of the train. I thought it was the coolest thing ever. So that's why I ordered that set. And then on top of that, we have my Omanju pile that has all the other characters. I don't really know how to display them the best way. And then we have a Zenitsu fan. The shelf onto the right of that is going to be my demon shelf. This is also currently where the other two art books are. I keep the first one on the front because it has Sabito on the cover. I know the second one has Gyu, but he's not as big, so that's why I choose to put the Sabito one in the front. Underneath those books, we have a mini Kuposket set of Zenitsu, Gyu, and Tanjiro, and then next to them are the palm top figures of Inosuke and Zenitsu. On the right of them are the little sleepy baby figures of Mitsuri, Obanai, Zenitsu, and Inosuke. I have an Akaza can badge and then my miniature Doma collection. I love this trash can. He's not in the anime yet, so they've only made merch of him in this one pose, but I've bought everything that they have made so far. The plush doll is actually a Dojin doll made by a fan in Japan. They were a limited order, made to order, and you can take the clothes off, you can change their clothes with the other outfits. I actually have the Gyu one as well, and I need to get actual stands to display those in. On the back here are my three favorite Kizuki, which is Akaza, Doma, and Gyutaro. I am so excited for the new season of Demon Slayer to hopefully bring a ton of Gyutaro merch because I love him. We also have a couple of Tamayo and Yushiro because they are just adorable. I love that couple. And then the next shelves we're going to cover, the next two shelves we're going to cover are only Sabito and Gyu. I kind of realized I recorded this very quickly, so I'm going to try to spitfire information as fast as I can. Also, Sabigyo is my OTP. I get a lot of joy out of this pairing in case anyone could not guess. Starting on the left, we have an Ufotable Halloween Cafe badge of Sabito. I have doubles of all of these. I have the hollow versions and the regular versions. Right next to that, we have a regular can badge that came in a set. We have a couple different sets of rubber straps. We have the square badges are from Ufotable Cafe from a fist bump event where they made every character in the series and they could interact and fist bump each other. We have a coaster from Jump Shop. We have a set of coasters that I got off of Amiami. We have a couple plushie sets here that I have doubles of. Behind that are postcards that were from Ufotable Cafe, and then that is actually a placemat that you get when you go to the cafe in person. And when you go to anime cafes in Japan, you get a coaster and a placemat, both with a random character from the series on it. So you can trade with other people who went, or you can buy them secondhand later from people who got characters that they didn't want. Typically, if your character is not very wanted, it'll only be around $50 secondhand, but I've seen them go up to $300, so you have to be careful with those. On the main display here, we have the mini fuwas on the top. These postcards were from an artist on Twitter that I really like. She made a dojin that you can order the deluxe set of, which I did, and it came with the bonuses, which were the postcards and the bonus booklet. We have a lot of random Gyu straps on the side. We have more Statso. Oh, all the characters you see with stars in their eyes, the little sleepy baby figures too, those are from Statso. That's one of my favorite merch companies. The heart is a fan-made bonus that I got from ordering a Zine, an art book Zine. We have another set of coasters from Amiami here. We have the pajama rubber strap set. We have the Naitoten rubber strap set. We have another Satsu rubber strap set. It's called the Banchoko, I believe. We have the Dialogue rubber strap set. These badges were also from Ufotable Cafe. They're just of Gyu making dumb faces that he's made throughout the show. I accidentally dropped one. This is me putting it back. The things in the middle are Omanju, and since Sabito has the character for rabbit in his name, I dressed him up as a rabbit and Gyu got a black cat. In the back, we have an acrylic stand of Gyu in his school version outfit. We have the Tower Records collab acrylic stands of Sabito and Gyu. They have matching bases. I love that set. It's pretty rare too, so I'm pretty proud of it. This is a close-up on the Omanju just because they are super cute, and I think I did a really good job picking out the covers for those two Omanju. Next to that is regular acrylic stands that I got from Amiami. We have the mini sleepy baby Statso figures of them. The acrylic stand set from Ufotable Cafe of the fist bumpy versions. We have another rainy day Ufotable Cafe Gyu. We have the mini Statso Sabito. And then this is a better image of the fuwas at the top with a Sabito Shikishi in the back, with the matching pajama baby acrylic stands in front of that. Up on the next shelf, we have a couple of sumsums. I forget the actual name of those, I'm sorry. We have a can badge set, we have acrylic keychains back there, some fan-made badges, we have matching rubber straps, another coaster from Jump Shop, another set of the little plushies, and some cute keychains hanging in a case that Oz got for me. We have the alternate version of the fist bump Sabito and Gyu from Ufotable Cafe with the figure arts Gyu water breathing figure on there too. That behind it is the Zine, the art book Zine. And then this is actually a fan-made acrylic stand my friend got me from someone who was selling in China. Over here we have a pencil pouch with the Sabito and Gyu as kids design on it. We have a badge with them fist bumping as kids in front of a Rokodaki on it. That's my favorite thing ever. We have a couple more acrylic stands of Gyu with Gyu plush and a mini Gyu figure. We have another badge set from Jump Shop, and now I think I got everything, but forgive me if I didn't.
So there you have it. That's this room in total. This is the smallest room that we have in our apartment right now. And weirdly enough, me and my boyfriend just spoke about redoing the way the house was organized, because he wants to get into collecting now and he wants his own space to like set up, whatever. So we're gonna move his desk out of this room and put it into the other room that he was using to work in, and then move his work computer to a different room, and then use that room as his like display room, because that room has 3 windows in it. And he wants light, and I told him that light will bleach and damage things, but we'll see how it goes. So I'm pretty sure all of the stuff that I have on display out there will be rearranged to look a lot better once we get more organized. We have only lived here for 4 or 5 months, and for two people with attention disorders, it's not getting done very fast. The organization is not getting done very fast, but it's getting there. So when all of that stuff is done out there, I'll be more than happy to do like a full house tour of everything we have around the house instead of just like random a couple things, because most of my time and energy went into doing this room, and as you guys can tell, I still don't have it all set up because the bottom layer of pretty much everything is junk. It's not organized. It looks awful, but what are you gonna do? I will be getting another order within the week, so I'll do another unboxing video after that. And then before I forget, some of the, like, all the things that I wear, like, I'm not wearing these things specifically for the video. I actually slept in this, but pretty much everything I own is also anime merch, anime related type things. But I like to buy things that are not necessarily like in your face, like whatever. One of the sweatshirts I wore in a past video, it was an Evangelion sweatshirt, and then this one is by Omocat. It's I got this one in Los Angeles when I went to Anime Expo in 2019 because all the other ones have been canceled and I am dying because it was super fun. So that's where this is from. It's a sweater. And with that, I hope you guys have a lovely rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope to see you again. And I am going to go feed my little baby panther here. Say bye, Bookie. Yeah, say bye. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.